Hello, everyone. Welcome to First Online University, a global platform for all your education and course related needs. In this lecture, we are going to continue with the chapter P block elements, and we will be winding up the group 13 elements in this particular lecture. In the next lecture, we are going to take up the previous year questions based on group 13 elements only. So before we begin this particular lecture where we are going to discuss about the uses of boron and aluminium, it's going to be a very short, brief lecture. A piece of information for you. You can use the coupon codes Mission J or Mission NEET while you enroll at First Online University for Mission J or NEET in order to avail good discounts. Let's now begin with the uses of boron and aluminium. Now, when we talk about the uses of boron, first of all, boron fibers, as you can see in this picture, have got extremely high tensile strength and hence they are used to make bulletproof vests. Okay, all these uh, policemen and army men, they wear bulletproof vests in order to prevent the bullet from penetrating through the jacket into their bodies. So that is what boron material is actually. Boron fibers are actually used in the preparation of these bulletproof vests, and also light composite material for aircrafts, because these fibers are very lightweight, therefore they can easily be used for some composite materials that are used in aircrafts, as you can see in the picture. Then borax and boric acid are used in the manufacture of heat resistant glasses. And then boron 10 isotope is used in nuclear chemistry as control rods. Okay, so in the nuclear power plant, if you in the nuclear plants, if you've carefully seen the diagrams of it, you will see that there are control rods which are actually useful in controlling the speed of the neutrons, and also temperature control rods are present. So the boron 10 isotope is basically used in control rods for that purpose. Then boron is also used in steel industry for increasing the hardness of steel. Then we move on to the uses of aluminium. Aluminium is used for making household utensils, trays. So you must have seen at home, we have aluminium utensils that are used commonly. Then we can also have aluminium being used for making electrical cables, for in the form of foils for wrapping. So these foils that are used for wrapping food, cigarette, chocolates, etc. These are all aluminium foils only. Okay. Then it is used, and it has been proved that packing hot food or hot substances that are edible substances basically in aluminium foils is actually dangerous, and therefore aluminium foils are being replaced by butter paper. So it is always uh, you know better to pack hot food in butter paper instead of making use of aluminium foils, because aluminium, when it is heated to certain extent, the particles of aluminium enter into the food content and that goes into our body, which is not good for our health. Then it is also used for making alloys, which are used in making parts of aircrafts, automobiles and speedboats. Then it is used as a deoxidizer for removing blowholes in metallurgy. Okay, whatever the holes that are formed, okay, the blowholes specifically. If you want to know what are blowholes, you can always Google it up. But blowholes are something which is not desired. So in order to remove them, we use aluminium as a deoxidizer. Then it is also used in thermit process for the extraction of iron, chromium, manganese, etc. Then it is used in chemical plants and for transporting HNO3, that is nitric acid, because it is not attacked by nitric acid. Aluminium is not attacked by nitric acid. Then it is also used in painting iron surfaces in place of tin and zinc. Okay, what do we do is we use a zinc to coat the iron surface so that zinc gets oxidized with air and iron is prevented from getting oxidized. So zinc is compromising itself. Okay, it is acting as the cathode and it is compromising itself so that iron does not get oxidized. So in place of zinc and tin for the same purpose, aluminium can also be used to paint iron surfaces. Aluminium powder along with ammonium nitrate is known as aminol, and it is an explosive compound. Then when we move on to the alloys of aluminium are basically very lightweight, they are very strong and they possess high mechanical and tensile strength. And for this reason, the alloys of aluminium can be used for a variety of purposes. And we can talk about the uses and the percentage composition of these various alloys. The first one is aluminium bronze. Aluminium bronze has 10% aluminium, 90% copper, and it is used in the making of coins, utensils, and jewelry. If you have seen pictures in your history books about the coins of brass and bronze that were used at the time of kings, they were actually of aluminium bronze, which had just 10% aluminium and 90% copper present. And coins, utensils, jewelry, everything was made of such alloys at that time. You can see the picture as well. Okay, next is the magnesium. Now, magnesium is 90% aluminium and just 10% magnesium, as is clear from the name itself. Magnesium comes from magnesium and aluminium combined together, and they are used in the preparation or in the making of balance beams, as you can see in the picture, and for certain machinery. Next alloy is you can say duralumin, basically again from aluminium, and so 95% aluminium, then 1% magnesium, 3% copper, and 1% manganese. They're used in aeroplanes and in automobile parts. Next, we have alnico. Alnico has 20% aluminium, as is clear from the name. Aluminium, nickel, cobalt. Alnico. Okay, so 20% aluminium, 20% nickel, 10% cobalt, and 50% iron is present, and they're used in the preparation of permanent magnets. Make a note of the fact that the use of aluminium and its compounds for domestic purposes is now reduced because of their toxic nature, as I've told you in the case of aluminium foil. Now let's have a look at few MCQs. Which is used as control rod in nuclear industry? We have already seen that it's the boron 10 isotope. Option B is the correct answer. Next question is, aluminium vessel is used for the transport of HNO2, H2SO4, HNO3 or HCl. We have seen that it is used in the transport of nitric acid, that is HNO3, because it does not react with aluminium. So option C is the correct answer. All these questions are previous year questions and we have already covered all of them in the lecture before. So should not be difficult for you. Then ammonal is a mixture of ammonium nitrate and aluminum powder. Yes, that itself is the correct answer. Option A. Next question is alnico contains what? So as is clear from the name itself, it contains aluminium, nickel, cobalt. We have talked about the percentages and it contains 50% iron also. So option D is the correct answer. Okay. So this is all about the uses of boron and aluminium that we had to discuss, and we have also discussed the alloys of aluminium and their uses as well. Sometimes it is important to learn the compositions also of all the metals that are present in these alloys. We have just discussed a very few of them, and therefore learning the composition should not be difficult for you. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel for joining YouTube live classes for best NEET or JEE coaching. You can also download the First Online University mobile app through Google Play Store or App Store for continuous learning through your smartphones. Keep learning with First Online University, a team of millions of learners and educators worldwide.